Module Overview. This module explores the pivotal role of agricultural extension services in catalyzing rural transformation, especially within the agricultural sector, which remains the backbone of rural economies globally. Agricultural extension, often defined as the delivery of knowledge, skills, technologies, and services to farmers and rural communities, is not merely about disseminating information, but also about facilitating change, building capacity, and empowering rural populations to make informed decisions. In the context of rural development, agricultural extension serves as a bridge between research institutions, agricultural innovations, policy frameworks, and rural communities. It promotes sustainable farming practices, climate-smart agriculture, agribusiness development, market integration, food security, and rural livelihoods. This module provides you with a deep dive into the theoretical foundations, institutional arrangements, service delivery models, challenges, and future directions of agricultural extension. It also reflects on the evolution of extension systems from traditional top-down systems to pluralistic, participatory, ICT-enabled, and market-oriented approaches that empower rural populations to become agents of change in their own right. Key themes and content areas. 1. Historical evolution of agricultural extension origin in colonial and post-colonial rural development schemes. Emphasis on production targets and food security. Shift from top-down models to participatory approaches. Evolution into agricultural knowledge and innovation systems, AKIS. 2. Theoretical foundations of extension diffusion of innovation theory, Everett Rogers. Adoption categories, innovators to laggards, innovation decision process, and communication channels. Adult learning theory, extension as an educative process, learning by doing, reflection, and experiential learning. Participatory development theory, engaging farmers as co-creators, not passive recipients. 3rd, objectives of agricultural extension, transfer of new agricultural knowledge and technologies, improve farm productivity and household incomes, promote sustainable natural resource management, strengthen resilience to shocks, YGG, climate change. Link farmers to input and output markets, enhance nutrition and food security, support policy dissemination and adoption. 4th, extension service delivery models, public extension systems, state-run institutions, e.g., agricultural development programs, ADPs, private sector extension, agribusiness firms, contract farming arrangements, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, community outreach, gender and youth programs, farmer-to-farmer extension, peer learning, model farmers. Digital extension platforms, e-extension, mobile apps, SMS-based advisories. 5th, pluralistic extension systems, coexistence of multiple actors, government, private sector, civil society, media. Need for coordination, harmonization, and quality assurance, role of extension policy and institutional frameworks. Link farmers to input and output markets, enhance nutrition and food security. Support policy dissemination and adoption. 4th, extension service delivery models, public extension systems, state-run institutions, e.g., agricultural development programs, ADPs, private sector extension, agribusiness firms, contract farming arrangements, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, community outreach, gender and youth programs, farmer-to-farmer extension, peer learning, model farmers, digital extension platforms, e-extension, mobile apps, SMS-based advisories. 5th, pluralistic extension systems, coexistence of multiple actors, government, private sector, civil society, media. Need for coordination, harmonization, and quality assurance. Role of extension policy and institutional frameworks. 6. Participatory extension approaches, farmer field schools, FFS. Participatory technology development, PTD. Participatory rural appraisal, PRA. Extension as facilitation, not instruction. 7. Gender and youth inclusion in extension, Women and youth as critical actors in agriculture. Extension systems historically biased toward male household heads. Mainstreaming gender youth via targeted programs, female extension agents, and culturally appropriate communication. 8. Extension and climate smart agriculture, CSA, promoting sustainable practices like agroforestry, conservation agriculture, crop diversification, building adaptive capacity through early warning systems and advisory services, linking local knowledge with scientific innovations. 9. Impact of agricultural extension on rural development boosts productivity, income, and food security, encourages innovation adoption and entrepreneurship, enhances social capital and group dynamics, facilitates environmental stewardship and disaster risk reduction, strengthens linkages to markets, credit, and insurance. 10. Challenges facing agricultural extension: inadequate funding and logistics, low ratio of extension agents to farmers, weak monitoring and evaluation systems, limited inclusivity, e.g., gender, youth, marginalized groups, poor policy coherence and interagency collaboration, digital divide and low ICT capacity in rural areas. 11th, future trends in agricultural extension: use of artificial intelligence, AI, big data, remote sensing, and GIS in precision farming, public-private partnerships, PPPs, multidisciplinary and multi-sectoral approaches, farmer empowerment, entrepreneurship, and co-creation of knowledge, learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to understand the evolution and principles of agricultural extension systems, analyze various models and actors in extension delivery, assess the impact of extension services on rural livelihoods and agricultural productivity, identify gaps in current systems, and propose innovative, inclusive, and sustainable strategies. Apply participatory, climate-smart, and ICT-enabled methods in designing and implementing extension programs.